Hello friends, how are you doing? Hope quite well. Preparing for the examination? Of course, CLAT. Preparing for CLAT? Yeah. Don't take tension because exam is knocking at the door and you are really preparing well. I hope so. I'm Nilanjan and today I'm here presenting day 22 lecture of our 50 days English lecture series. And you are most welcome to our official channel of CLAT Gurukul. Today, I am going to discuss one of the important segments, and that is related to sentence correction. My dear friend, if you have fear in your mind regarding sentence correction, just get out of that fear. Just be confident to face the questions. You will be easily get through the problems. Today, I am here presenting 10 different kind of questions based on sentence correction, and I'm quite sure that it will definitely help you from the perspective of the examination. Let us start with question number 1. My dear friend, it is written that a teacher is most expected to comply with existing curricula, prescribed textbooks, assessment modes, meeting agendas, norms of teaching, and competition guidelines. Here you can easily see that a few words have been made bold, right? And it is most expected to comply with. 4 options are given over there. If you think that the options need to be improved, then definitely you should do. Let us talk about option 1, option A, most expected to comply within. It's absolutely wrong. Moving to option B, more expected to comply with. My dear friend, it's once again wrong because the need of the sentence, that particular part is adverb, and most cannot be used as an adverb. Now, next one, number C, mostly expected to comply with. Mostly is used here as an adverb and it is modifying that particular word expected. And last one is much expected to comply with. So my dear friend, as I have already told you that the requirement of this particular segment is adverb, and you clearly see that in option C it is written mostly expected to comply with, and mostly here is used as an adverb. So your correct answer is option C. Moving to question number 2. Schizophrenia can be riveting in fiction because it takes you to mental realms that are disruptive and challenge to engage with and understand. Now my dear friend, according to the rule of parallelism, you should keep in mind one thing, that if a sentence consists of 2 different kind of parts and both the parts will definitely have some similarity according to the structure. Now if you go through the sentence, you find that in the second part after and it is written challenge to engage with and understand, whereas before and the word is written over here as disruptive. Now disruptive is used as an adjective, and after and it is another feature and it should be adjective, and challenged is not an adjective. So if you go through the option, you find that first option it is written challenges to engage with and understand. So challenges here is not used as an adjective, so this option cannot be your right answer. Option B, challenging to engage with and understand. Yes, definitely the challenging word is used as an adjective over here. And third one, challenge to engage with and understand, and it is already written in the sentence. So my dear friend, your correct answer will be option B, because this particular question is based on the rule of parallelism, and here you find that the word disruptive is adjective and challenging will be there, and both the words are adjective. So adjective will be followed by adjective, and that is what about the rule of parallelism. So your correct answer will be option B. Moving to question number 3. As soon as winter sets in, the number of tourists start increasing suddenly. Now my dear friend, just take into consideration this particular thing, the number of tourists. Now you are talking about a particular number. Now in the particular question it is written that the number of tourists start increasing suddenly. If you go through the option, you find that the first option is written the number of tourists are increased. It is written in passive voice, and that is not the requirement of the sentence. The amount of tourists start increasing. not like that. Number C, the number of tourists increases. Now my dear friend, I have already told you that the number will be a specific kind of number, and it is to be used as a singular subject. In that particular case, your verb will be taking vs, v5 form. V5 means ending with s or es. So the correct answer will be option C, the number of tourists increases suddenly. Because whenever the winter sets in, you can expect large number of tourists moving around over there. So it is to be taken in simple present tense. It's a fact. That's why your correct answer will be option C. Moving to question number 4. Is respect really preferable than money? This is the question. Now my dear friend, you find that preferable, the word preferable should be followed by to, and here in this particular question it is followed by than, which is the wrong application over here. If you go to the option, you find that first option, option A, preferable to money is written over there. Second, preferred or money, it doesn't have any connection with that particular context. Option C says that preferable than money. Now once again it is a wrong application. Preferable cannot be followed by than. So my dear friend, in option A you clearly see that preferable to money is written over there, and that's what I'm talking about. After preferable it should be to. So your correct answer will be option A. Let us talk about question number 5. Here it is written, he needs not mention in the office that only the 3 first lucky winners will win a trip to Europe. Now this particular question is the wonderful application of grammatical rules. Let us talk about what are the rules. Now if we go through the sentence, you find that he needs not mention. My dear friend, need is a very typical kind of verb. Whenever need is followed by not, it acts like modal auxiliaries, and in that particular case you cannot write after he, you cannot write needs, rather you should write need. Just mind it, just after need there must be the presence of the word like not. In that particular case need acts like modal auxiliary. So in the first segment, he needs not mention, it should be replaced by he need not mention. If we move forward, you find that in the office that not only the 3 first lucky winners will win a trip to Europe. Now my dear friend, you have 2 different concepts. First one is ordinal and second one is cardinal. 2 different numbers we are talking about. And if in a particular sentence 2 numbers are there, like ordinal and cardinal numbers are there, in that particular case you have to start with ordinal then followed by cardinal. So ordinal will be placed at the beginning and after that it should be cardinal. So according to that rule, the sentence will be, he need not mention in the office that only the first 3 lucky winners will win a trip to Europe. Now if you go through the option, you find that in option A it is written, need not mention first 3 lucky winners, and that's what I am talking about. And the rest of the option, if you go through, these are totally the wrong application of grammatical aspects, wrong application of the rules of grammar. And this is a wonderful question of grammatical aspects. So my dear friend, just keep in mind this kind of questions may appear in your examination and you should not forget the rule. Moving to question number 6. Every of the 2 boys was asked about the stale fruits, but they did not buy some fruits from the market. Now here how many boys we are talking about? 2. Now in that particular case, if you are talking about 2 boys, the wrong application is here, that is every. Every word will be replaced by each. Because if we are considering the number 2, here 2 boys, here 2 girls, here 2 persons, whatever it may be, it should be preceded by each, not by every. Now if you go through the option, you find that each of the 2 boys now was asked about the stale fruits, but they did not buy some fruits. My dear friend, if you go through the second part of the sentence, you find that not word is there, and at the same time you are referring some. Now some is to be taken as the positive one. It's a positive application. because it refers to something. But in that particular segment, not is also there, so you cannot apply both the words together. So you have to replace some by any. Now applying any, the sentence will be, each of the two boys was asked about the stale fruits, but they did not buy any fruits from the market. And here the right application of grammatical rules. And if you go through all the options, you find that in option C, it is clearly written that each of the two boys did not buy any fruits. So according to the grammatical rule, this particular option is the correct answer of yours. Moving to question number 7. Though Deepak had reached the station early and still he missed the train. Now my dear friend, just take into consideration this particular word. The sentence starts with though. Now according to rule, if you start a sentence with though, it should be always followed by yet. And here in this particular sentence, you clearly see that after and it is written still. So this particular word will be replaced by yet. And it should be like this one. Though Deepak had reached the station early, yet he missed the train. And still will be removed by, it will be replaced rather by yet. And if you go through the option, you find that option C, it is written yet he missed. So the rule says that if you start a sentence with though, it should be followed by yet. And this is the wonderful application of the rule. Moving to question number 8. They continued to work in the field despite of the heavy rains. My dear friend, I have come across so many students who commit this kind of mistake while spotting the error or correcting the sentences. The word is despite of, it is written. You just keep in mind one thing, then that is despite equals to in spite of. The word despite cannot be followed by the preposition of. So of will not be there. And if you go through the option, you find that even though there is heavy rain, my dear friend, this particular sentence is written in the past tense. So it cannot be is over there. Now option A is eliminated. Option B, although heavily rains, once again you are hinting out the present, simple present tense, and it is all about the past. Option C, in spite the heavy rains, I have already told you in spite will be followed by of, and here of is missing. So A, B, C, all the three options will be eliminated. Now coming to option D, you find that even though it rained heavily, and my dear friend, if we are talking about the past tense, you clearly see that word is written rained, and that is the right application. So in this particular case, your correct answer will be D. And if in option you can consider that if in option C it is written after in spite, it would have been written off, then it would have been correct. But as it is not written over there, your correct answer will be option D. Let us talk about question number 9. And here we clearly see that we were still standing in the queue when the film was beginning. Now we were still standing in the queue when the film was beginning. Actually you want to hint out that we were still standing in the queue. Actually the film already been started over there. So if two different past tense are taken into consideration, in that particular case, in the earlier past we should apply the formula like had plus V3. Now if you go through the option, you find that we were still standing in the queue when the film began, and second option film had begun, and third option beginning of the film was over, and the last one film begins. Now if you go through the option, you find that according to rule, the correct application will be option B, and here it is written the film had begun. So your correct answer will be option B. Moving to the last question of today, and it is saying that if I would have realized the nature of job earlier, I would not have accepted it. Now my dear friend, here it is clearly written that if I would have realized, according to the conditional rules, according to the presumption rules, assumption rules, if you come to know that there are two segments in a particular sentence like this one, as it is written in the question, you should apply. In the second part, you just go through, it is written I would not have. So definitely your first part will be preceded by, and this particular second part will be preceded by the first one, having the words like if I have had, because it is the grammatical rule. And if you go through the option, you find that in option A only it is written if I have had, and the rest of the cases it is the wrong application of the grammar. So in that particular case, your correct answer will be option A. Now my dear friend, I have discussed 10 different kind of questions based on 10 different kind of rules. I am quite sure that you got to know all the rules. Now it's your responsibility to mug up all the rules, to practice, keep on practicing each and every day, so that it will be at your fingertips. I'm quite sure you have liked the video. If you have liked it, definitely you should share your feeling on YouTube. The mobile number is also given over there. If you want to have any query, you please get yourself connected to that particular number. Thank you.